transfer window has closed, and we have done a little bit of business, but we haven't signed the players that I would prefer to sign. We have signed a 34-year-old deep line playmaker, and although he's aging, I do think that he is a very good player, and he just might have a year or so of good football left in him. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the future here at Norwich in the Alex Ferguson save, in which we took the team in 19th place on November the 6th and will attempt to make them the greatest team in Europe. And in our first season we did particularly well, and we survived the drop, and we actually finished in 12th position, and that's where we are right now, early in our second season. Now, you did see that we had a very difficult start last time against Chelsea and Manchester United, but we have recovered, picked up a few points, and suddenly we again find ourselves in 12th position. We will have 2 winnable games today. We will be at home to Burnley, and then on Tuesday we will follow that with a home game against Sunderland. These are 2 games which I would like to think that this team can win, and we can climb up the table a little bit and really perhaps make a serious bid for a European Conference League place or even a Europa League place this season. Maybe I'm just dreaming. But before we go into the transfer window news, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then you are in the right place for sure. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow, and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling up above. So let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us have that 3-2 defeat against Chelsea, that last minute penalty which really made me very angry, and then we had that 0-0 draw against Manchester United having a player sent off, and we could not capitalise on that. But getting 1 point from those 6 points I think is probably a decent result at the end of the day. And then we played Fulham in the EFL Cup second round, and we absolutely thrashed them by 6-0, and that was followed by a 3-0 away victory at Leicester, and we seem to be back on track. In the international break, we arranged a friendly against LASK, and we beat them by 4-2 with a fairly weakened side. But what was quite interesting about that game was the form of Jay Neal, scoring twice and 1 assist, and our 27th best wonder kid in the world is looking like he might be ready to start some fixtures this season. And it's possible that he could start today against Burnley, and then we can play Kitambala on Tuesday against Sunderland. Kitambala has come to me, unfortunately, and said that he wants to leave. He wants to play Champions League football, and I did make a promise to him that if he stayed and worked hard, we would qualify for the Champions League this season. And he said to me that he thought I was being a little bit unrealistic, but he was prepared to stay a while and see what happens. So we really do need to be picking up points against the likes of Burnley and Sunderland. And it was a little bit of a busy transfer deadline day, and if we have a look at what has happened since you were last here, we have let a number of young players go since you were last here, 5 in fact, and possibly the one that I regret the most is Andre Giroud, and he was my 3rd choice left back. And unfortunately now, having let him go, I find myself with only 2 left backs, and I think we all know what is going to happen in Football Manager when you only have 2 players who can cover a certain position. So hopefully that won't happen, and we will be looking for a player to come in during the winter transfer window, and we do still have money left that we can play with. We have 4.5 million left in the transfer budget, and we have over 200,000 in the wage budget, so with a little bit of financial jiggery-pokery we could probably bring in a left back in the winter transfer window. So hopefully McSweeney and Allen can hold the fort there at left back until the winter transfer window begins. We brought in 2 players on deadline day. We brought in Tono Marcos from Nice for £15.25 million. He is a 31-year-old. We have been buying pensioners at the moment, but he is a very good player, I think, and he will do a very decent job for us on the left wing. He can also play as the attacking mid, and he can also deputise as an advanced forward for us up front if something happens to Wilden. So I think he has nice attributes. I think he will do a decent job. He's had trouble settling in at the beginning, but hopefully as the season progresses he's going to be coming into the team and doing a very good job for us. He is 31 years old though, and it is a move away from signing players under the age of 23, but that is not required by the club anymore. And then we brought in Mohamed Ahanach from Manchester City. He only cost 3 million, and I think that's what made me decide to go in and bid for him. He's 34 years old though, but he's not showing any signs of decline as a footballer at the moment, and he has all the attributes that I would look for in a DLP. The only problem with him is that he can't tackle. I do need somebody who can mark and tackle in that position, and so I would see myself using him in games where we are going to attack the opposition, where he can play in a support role, and in games where we need to defend more, I will play more of a tackler and marker in that position. So I'm hoping that he can share the responsibility with Norris at DLP, and he will have a good season for us as well. He is on a 2-year contract with an extension clause after 20 games for another year. He's costing us a lot of money in wages, and so it's a real gamble this, but hopefully it will pay off. He has actually increased in value since we bought him. He's gone up to a possible 6 million, and so it might be a good investment. I hope so. I hope he has a very, very good season for us. He's got brilliant mentals. He's still quite a physical player, and his technicals are also very good for his age. So hoping that he'll do a very tasty job for us. And so that's it in terms of the transfer window. As I said, we do need to still find a left back, and we do need probably next summer to start strengthening the defence a little bit. But for now, we have completed the window, and it is now time to go and play some football. And we have these 2 very winnable games coming up. We will first play Burnley at home, and then we will be at home to Sunderland. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Burnley is Gotts in goal, with Carioca and Silva, Lasharas and McSweeney at the back. Norris, Fortes and Hillman in midfield. Pook, Neal and Wilden will play up front. We have decided to play Neal today, and hopefully he will put up a very good performance for us today. We are also playing Norris, and then our new signing Ahanach can play in the game on Tuesday against Sunderland. McSweeney will play at left back, resting Allen for also that game against Sunderland. I hope that this is a game that we will win, and win quite comfortably. I really think Burnley as a promoted team should be put away, and I hope that that is exactly what we are going to do today. And I think I'm going to tell them, yes, it's very important that we take advantage of our home advantage here, that we're going to get most of our points at home. We need to attack them. We need to go out there, make a difference. Let's go out and win this football match. And we have made the more positive start than Burnley, and we are at the moment in the early stages very much in control of the game. We are not getting our shots on target though, as per normal, and we are totally in control of possession. We've had 77% of the possession. We've had all the chances. Burnley have had very little to offer in this game, but we need to get a goal on the scoreboard. We need someone to do something and to actually bring this match to life and to get a goal. Burnley have come back into the game, and they've had all their shots on target, very interestingly, and we need to tidy this up at the back, get our foot on it. And it is Burnley who are going to bring the ball forward, looking for a through ball, unable to do it. Here is Carioca, and that's a lovely pass to Lasharas. We are playing the ball out from the back. We do need to keep possession. We do need to run Burnley around, and we have given the ball away, and that's not good. And Pook gave the ball away, but Wilden has won it back. Wilden bursting through. Wilden has a chance, and it goes past the post. And it has, at the moment, Norwich 0, Burnley 0. I have to shout at these boys and tell them I'm demanding more, because their performance up top is not very good at all. And it might be that Wilden is going to have one of those days. He hasn't started the season in particularly good form. The man who scored over 40 goals last season has not been in the greatest of form. We are dominating this game, and it's unfortunate that we have not been able to put any of our chances away. And these boys are going to get a rocket at half-time. If they don't get a goal in this highlight, they are definitely having a rocket. And here is Hillman, who had a very good season last season on the right wing there. And there's a chance for Neil, and Neil's shot is parried over the crossbar. Neil, who has been in outstanding form recently. He is a very young player. He's just 19 years old, but I think he deserves game time. And we do have a corner. It's fired into the box. It's Wilden who heads it back in, and it's claimed by the goalkeeper. And so at the moment, it is Norwich 0, Burnley 0 at half-time. And I'm not very pleased with the boys. They should be. I'm going to say this isn't good enough. Get your act together, boys, and we need to score goals. This is absolutely unacceptable at the moment, and we are totally dominating the game, but we cannot put the ball away, and that is just letting us down really badly. And I think very soon they're going to be shouted at again. This is not acceptable. And here is Pook, who's just become an England international, giving the ball away, as England internationals tend to do. And we are not playing very well, and I'm not very happy. This is a game we should be winning, but Hillman has won the ball back. Pook is having a good game, apparently, on a 7 rating, as Hillman is. But we need to be doing better than this. I think what I'm going to do is ask them to slow the tempo down a little bit. Maybe it is just a little bit too frantic, and we need to be slowing things down a bit, keeping hold of the ball a little bit better. We need to be picking up the ball in the middle of the field, which we are not. And here come Burnley again, and Burnley are looking very dangerous. Ball into the box, it's headed over the crossbar. And I am not happy with this team. We should be doing a lot better than this. And there's a ball from the goalkeeper out to Carioca. Carioca finds Hillman. Hillman coming inside. He needs support now, finds it from Norris. Norris with the ball over the top, looking for Pook. Pook. Can he get the ball into the box? He can't. He finds McSweeney. McSweeney, who has a tendency just to run up the touchline with the ball. He gets the cross into the box, and there is Wilden. He can't get his head onto the ball. We are dominating the game. We just can't score. And it's pretty unfortunate that this is the case. Burnley really have offered nothing. And Fortes is throwing himself about a little bit there. And I need to tell Fortes to ease off the tackles a little bit. He is on a yellow card. And here comes Neil. Young boy Neil. Can you do something? A moment of magic from Jay Neil. He is bursting into the box. It's a great save. And the ball is cleared. It's going to come out. Hillman is going to pick the ball up. Picks up the loose ball. We deserve a goal. We deserve to win this football match. I won't be happy if we don't. And some of these players are going to be having real rollickings at the end of the game. If we do not win this game from here, we have Lasharas, who's having a poor game, and we probably need to make some changes very soon as we look to work the ball up the right again. Hillman, who's having a very good game. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. He finds Jay Neal, and Jay Neal's shot has hit the crossbar, was deflected onto the crossbar. It's just going to be one of those days by the look of it, unless I manage to work out why we are not scoring goals. I think possibly it's not Wilden. It may be that Wilden's not getting the service he needs, and that ball is headed over the crossbar. 5 more minutes for this team, and then I will be making substitutions. In fact, we will make one now, and Ollie Banks can come on for Lasharas, who's having a particularly poor game at the centre of the defence. And it is going to be Burnley again. And we do need to be careful of the counter-attack, and that's lovely play by McSweeney. He's also a young boy who's doing very well in the early stages of his Norwich career, and the ball finds its way to Silva, also a new signing, looking to bring the ball forward. Wilden finds Neil bursting forward, he has men in support. Here's Hillman into the box, and Pook can't put it away either, and it still remains 0-0. It's time to make some changes. And so we have made a few changes, hopefully changes that will win us this football match. We are totally destroying Burnley. We've had 19 shots, but only 8 have been on target. I can't really say that it's Wilden that's at fault, and there's a lovely ball over the top to Wilden. Now's your chance, but he's blasted it over the crossbar. Perhaps it is Wilden that's at fault, because that was a gold gilded edge chance and he couldn't take it. These players need shouting at again, and I'm going to berate them this time because this is definitely not good enough, and we probably need to make one more change. We're going to bring on Pehani, and hopefully we need just one goal to get the 3 points. I'm only interested in the points, not winning by a huge margin. And here is Wilden again. Wilden has another shot that goes over the crossbar. It remains Norwich 0, Burnley 0, and this is not acceptable. I am not happy with this performance. really not happy. I'm going to go attacking now. I'm going to go very attacking now. We've got to throw bodies at Burnley, because we can't afford not to win this match. And we're not winning the ball in midfield as I would like. We've dominated possession, though. We've been totally the better team. And this looks like Burnley's chance to score. And if they do score, I won't be very annoyed. I won't be very pleased at all. And Burnley are still looking to come forward. But Sunderland has picked up the loose ball. Wilden finds Marcos trying to find Jay Neal inside. Can't find him. Looks to work his way down the wing. Gets across into the box. Wilden has a chance, and Wilden has made it 1-0. Finally, we have broken the deadlock. And finally, we have got the goal that we clearly deserve. It was made by Marcos. A lovely run up the left wing. Even though he's playing as an inside forward, up the wing, cross into the box, and Wilden has made it 1-0. Finally, we might have got the 3 points that we really deserve. And now we have lifted ourselves up to 9th place in the table. 1-0 will do for me. I'm thankful that Wilden has finally got us on the score sheet. The game has finished. I'm not really very happy about the way the boys have played today. I'm going to say well done, nice work, that was good. But I'm not really happy with the performance from what is the strongest part of our team, our forward line. But we have moved up into 9th place. And that is, to be in the top 10 is all I could really expect from the boys this season. It's a good win, but we have an even more difficult opponent to play. We have to go and play Sunderland next at home. They are a more difficult opponent. I do feel that we have the ability to get something out of this game. So I'll need to go and get the team ready, and then we will be back just before the game. We will see you very soon. One piece of news that I did forget to tell you when talking about the transfers is that we did sell Morrison, who was our deputy striker. We sold him to PSV Eindhoven for 4.5 million. He wasn't cutting it here at Norwich. He wasn't part of my plans, so we had to let him go, unfortunately. We do have Pook and Hillman, who can deputise for Wilden up front. So we are not short of strikers, so we decided to trade in our striker Morrison. And so the team for today against Sunderland is Gotts in goal, with Pehani, Banks, Antonio and Allen at the back. Ahanach, Fortes and Zapropoulos will play in midfield, with Kitambala, Pook and Wilden playing up front. This is a game, again, we should be winning, and I would like to think that this team can go out there and win this game. We are in good shape at the moment. We're playing well, and I think possibly that's a good instruction on Alan Skinner. Possibly we do need to mark him tightly. And we're doing well and we're on a good run. Let's keep that going, lads. I've got faith in you. Go out there, make a difference. I need us to play better up top than we played last time, and I'm hoping that we will do just that. And there is going to be a highlight straight from the kickoff, and Sunderland have the ball. I've decided to play with a standard line of defence today. They are very pacey, and I think that we need to watch out for that pace, and they have got in behind us already, and it's well defended, and we did get back in time. And we need to win the ball, though, and Sunderland do have a chance, and they've hit the post. And there is a warning about that pace. But actually having decided to actually put the line back a little bit, I will tell them to step up more. I think that's important because their midfield too are very creative. So it's important that we step up and stop them trying to thread balls through. And nothing else we have changed. There have been a number of changes in personnel, but hopefully we're good enough to beat Sunderland today. And we just need to keep the ball as we are capable of doing, and then create chances, and then hopefully put those chances away. Kitambala, beautiful tackle, and his ball works its way out to Pook. Pook bursting into the box, looking to get to the byline. He has. The ball comes off the post and somehow it has gone into the side netting. I think that was dreadfully selfish by Pook, and he should have distributed the ball. We had bodies in the box, and that was very, very selfish. We've come back into this game lately. We are dominating the match momentum, and hopefully we will create chances. And here is Zarapoulos trying to work the ball into the 6-yard box. He can't do it. Pehani finds Fortes looking out left to Allen bursting up the left, looking inside, finds Pook. He finds Fortes over the top to Wilden, and Wilden's not going to miss that one. And the referee, though, is going to check VAR. Possibly offside. I think it possibly might be. I hope not. I hope we've made this good start. The goal is awarded. Wilden has done it again. It is Norwich 1, Sunderland 0. I think sometimes you've got to make decisions. We decided to drop the defensive line because Sunderland are very, very pacey. And when I was going through the opposition instructions, it did amaze me how much pace they have. And possibly they're not doing very well because all teams they're playing against are actually pushing the line a little bit deeper. And we are creating all the chances, and Wilden is in again, and he's hit the post, and that was so unlucky. We should have made it 2-0. At the moment it remains still 1-0. We are the better team in the game at the moment, and hopefully that will continue. Zarapoulos will take the corner to the near post. It's headed away. Kitambala should collect the ball. He has been fouled, and we will have a free kick. We don't have a team blessed with free kick takers, unfortunately, so I'm not expecting this to go in. It is Zapropoulos with the free kick, and it is well saved by the goalkeeper. It did lack the power, and at the moment, as I'm looking at the table here, we have gone up to 4th place. We are in the Champions League slots at the moment, and that is something that I was not expecting. But we need to keep this going. 1-0 is not enough, and we need to find another goal from somewhere. Hopefully we can do that before half-time. Fortes brings the ball forward, looking for Pook to Wilden bursting into the box, and again he's hit it over the crossbar. It remains Norwich 1, Sunderland 0. This is a game similar to Burnley. We are tearing them apart, but up front we are not playing particularly well. And it is a big worry when your forwards are not on form, especially when that is the strongest part of your team. Zapropoulos will take another free kick, and it is bent towards the post, and good save by the goalkeeper. It goes out for a corner. It remains 1-0. We're having all the chances. We need to get more shots on target. I'm expecting more from Wilden than he's giving at the moment. The ball is headed clear. It comes out to Zaprapoulis again. Zaprapoulis looks to get it into the box, but it's cleared by Sunderland. They are looking to counter now. We should have players back, and Sunderland are bringing it forward and trying to use their pace, but they haven't been able to do it. And Fortes picks up the loose ball, and the highlight comes to an end. And so far so good. It's still 1-0, and we are still in fourth in the table, and this will be absolutely magnificent. We haven't played any more games than anybody else, and possibly we do need to cut out the fouls, and I will talk to the boys now at halftime. Let's just make that adjustment. Let's tell them that we don't want to get stuck in anymore. We just want to just keep the ball. I think it's more important that we keep the ball at the moment. And I'm going to just reduce the tempo a little bit again and just try and keep the ball a little bit better. What I also might do is ask them to play out of defence. And we just want to hold on to the ball. We are the better team here, and we should be doing better than we are. Looking at Zaprapoulis only on a 6.5, have to make sure that he's doing a better job than he is. And yeah, these fans turn up through thick and thin. Keep going, you have the ability. And keep going, yep, you have the ability. And I'm going to say to the forwards, yeah, keep going. I don't want to tell Wilden that he hasn't been good enough. He has scored the only goal. And there is another highlight from the kick-off again. And Kitimbala will find Pehani. Zaprapoulis on the right wing. He hasn't had a great game so far, but he's driving forward. Can he get a cross in now? Good cross into the box. And it's headed clear. It comes out and it's headed back in. And it is Pook at the far post. We have made it 2-0. Straight from the kick-off in the second half. It is now Norwich 2, Sunderland 0. Zaprapoulis did very well down the right-hand side. It came out, I think, to Ahanach. Ball back into the centre, and Pook put it away. And that is no less than what we deserve. I can see that Fortes is looking a little bit tired, may need to be rested. Allen almost gives the ball away there, and it comes back to Antonio. Antonio just settling down on the ball, finds Allen. Allen looking inside to Fortes, back to Antonio. Nice football. This is what I want us to do. Just keep the ball. Lovely pass into Wilden. Wilden was taken out there, referee, surely, but it comes out to Fortes. Fortes into Kitimbala. Kitimbala has made it 3-0. We are home and dry. And I really thought that Wilden was taken out there, but it wasn't given. We continued with the pressure, and a beautiful pass. Wilden was definitely taken out there. Well won by Pehani. Fortes fed Kitimbala 3-0, and I think that's probably game over now. I think we can rest some of these tired players in a second, bring on some fitter players, and just see the game out now. We have totally dominated Sunderland. We can see the match momentum. The possession hasn't been dominated, but we've controlled the game. We've created the better chances. Sunderland do have a free kick, and that's a great save by Goetz, and it goes behind for a corner. After this highlight, I think it will be time to make some changes. I think it also may be time to come off the gas a little bit, just keep possession now and just see this game out. We really don't need to do anything silly. We don't need to do anything daft. Let's go and make some changes. And so we have made some changes, and I think possibly we do need to just be a little bit more defensive minded. We are having the game taken to us a little bit at the moment, and Sunderland have got one back, and it is at the moment Norwich 3, Sunderland 1, and probably not a good time to make substitutions, but I didn't realise that they had a free kick at that time. We need to see this game out. I'm going to actually maybe go back to a more balanced mentality. I know it might bring Sunderland onto us, but we still don't want to be putting too many bodies up the field, and we have made it 4-1. Ollie Banks has scored, and now I think it is game over. It's always a worry when the opposition get one back when you're 2 or 3 up, but I think now we have made it safe. A corner kick from Marcos, met beautifully at the far post by Banks, and it is 4-1. And I think that is now game over. Sunderland really have not created too much. We have created most of the chances, and we deserve to win this. We are not defensively very solid, and so we do rely very heavily on scoring goals, and our defence needs to get better. We need to work on that in the next transfer windows, the next couple of transfer windows. We definitely need to work on bringing in better defenders. Here is McSweeney. McSweeney with the ball over to Wilden, and Wilden has made it 5-2. Not going to keep him off the score sheet. And I'm not quite sure why McSweeney is playing in that position. But he's done very, very well. I think I've made an error there bringing McSweeney on. I meant to bring Sunderland on, but McSweeney's pass there was absolutely delightful. Seems that young lad can play anywhere. And it is now Norwich 5, Sunderland 1. We are in 4th place in the table, and I couldn't have wished for better performance from these boys after the first 2 games in which we only got 1 point from 6. Now to be winning this fixture quite easily is very nice indeed. And the ball is into the box. We've defended it well, and it is cleared, and Wilden tries to get his head on the ball. McSweeney has picked it up in midfield again. Our left back playing in midfield. He's having an awesome game there. And it comes out to Mbemba on the right wing. Mbemba driving down the right wing. Can he get across, and he's tackled? The ball goes out of play. And I'm not quite sure why that highlight existed. But it is Norwich 5, Sunderland 1. It's been 2 very good games this episode. We have deserved to beat Sunderland. And looking at McSweeney playing as an attacking mid, got a 7.3. Did very, very well as a left back playing there. We've done well. It's been an excellent performance, and I'm going to tell them that it was excellent. Even though Sunderland are not the best team in the league, to beat a Premier League team by 5-1 is excellent. And we have gone up to 4th place in the table. We are 3 points behind leaders Manchester United, and this is where I want us to stay. Although if we take a look at what is coming up in the Premier League, this month is not going to be easy. We've put ourselves on a good run. We now have to face Liverpool, Newcastle and Tottenham, and it is going to be a very, very tough month. We will come back for the games against Southampton and West Ham, and hopefully we will have got something out of these games against Liverpool, Newcastle and Tottenham. They're going to be very, very tough. I'll settle for 4 points out of those 9 points, and then when we come back against Southampton and West Ham, we can hopefully build on what we get out of those 3 games. And so that's it for this episode. And if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling up above. And it has been a very, very decent start to this new season. We are 4th in the league, and we are performing very, very well. At the moment, I am a very happy manager, and all that remains to be said is take care, be safe, and we will see you in the next episode.